hmm What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Les Cruiser, and that's Nick215, and we are back, man. It's been a few weeks, or more, like a few weeks, right? Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
It's been like two, I think. Like
Yeah,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Everyone wants to know, for everyone who's wondering what's been going on. Hey, man, life been lifing, and there's really not much uh to be actually covering. So I think for the rest of the year, we're gonna do not every week, but we're gonna give you like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we'll do like a episode where we cover everything that happened through that 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because it's probably more productive. There's a lot of things we can cover type of in that type of span.
Mm.
And on the other hand,
So
uh
longer episodes for you.
longer episodes. And other on the other hand, me of on my side, I don't. Vinik has been working, and yeah, I know with the baby. I started school this week, so that's something I've started, and to be honest, it's actually cool, man. I kind of had to kind of introduce the podcast to my class as my first assignment. We have a subscriber. Shout out to Charles, who's probably gonna watch this episode. Maybe, maybe not. But shout out to him. Shout out to you, bro. He's a DJ. He's in my class, and we were talking about video sharing platforms. He watched our last episode. Colorado
That's tough.
versus everybody. He said he loved it because he's a big Colorado fan, big Trevor Sanders fan, and he likes us covering better rap. So shout out to you, bro. Uh, but how you doing, my brother?
I'm vibing. When did you went back? Not well,
Well,
obviously you went back in the last couple of weeks. But you went back to was it community?
no, I didn't go back to community. So I started. It's more of like what? An audio. It's like a films. How can I put it? It's more of like it's a university that does in the industry of films, audio, and everything else. They're based. That's their specialty. So media, and
Okay.
it's an arts type of school. I'm doing audio arts but I'm not doing a degree. I'm doing like a certification course that's 7 months. So I'm gonna later on down the line, I'm gonna take like the degree course is everything. But right now I'm just doing a certification course because the course is like what 2 years. I can graduate in 2 years. I'm not taking.
Well, associates would be 2 years, and
Well,
then
yeah, but I'm just
certification
saying
about 4 years.
their course to get a bachelor, I can actually finish in 2 years.
Okay.
It's like an acceleration course to finish in 2 years. Uh, but yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But right now I'm taking the 7 months, the like 7 months uh certification courses. So I just started like this week, and I still haven't finished my first assignment yet. As y'all watching this video, I've done my first assignment. But as we are recording it, I'm left with the last part of my first assignment. But we got a lot to talk about, right? So where we starting? We got Colorado Eagles, some battle rap stuff.
The Eagles suck. Colorado is actually doing really well, in my
All right,
opinion.
you want to start with the Eagles?
Uh, I don't know nothing about battle rap. I just keep hearing battles and nobody
To
actually
be honest,
battles.
I'll be honest with you. I've been doing that. That's the same thing I've been hearing. I've been hearing about battles, but not actually what's happening.
Geechee and Hitman is coming up.
Yeah,
So
Gitch and Hitman is coming out. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk. We got a lot of things to cover, but me personally, I want to start with something stupid. It's really stupid, but I want to start with that.
okay.
Devin Haney, come on, you dumb motherfucker, come here. What the fuck are you suing? Like we're gonna start this. I was gonna start chill, but I think it's appropriate on me to start the episode with you because I was gonna start with the Eagles, even though it's but David Haney, what the hell, bro? I think sometimes in life you take L's and you gotta take them to the chin.
It's good to take your L's gracefully.
Yeah, but motherfucker, what the hell? You suing Ryan Garcia for battery? I don't want to read because to be honest, I didn't read to it. I had Devin Haney soon. I was like, this thing is dumb. Like he's gonna win. Now, Devin Haney, you already won. Well, technically you didn't win, but in your eyes you won. You got your O back. That's one thing you did. You got your O back. That's good for you. You technically you got your O back. But in the eyes of everybody, you lost, right? Now you suing. You know what's dumb about you suing Ryan Garcia? Because I didn't know this. Ryan Garcia didn't get suspended and take the O away because of the steroids or whatever that was the PD that was in his system. It was just he didn't give them submit the supplements that he was taking to the New York sport section in body.
Mm.
He didn't submit it in advance. Like he didn't tell them, "Oh, this is what I'm taking in advance." Right? So for what Devin Haney is thinking he's on his case of suing, he's giving Ryan Garcia another opportunity to prove, right? So let's say Ryan Garcia proves that he didn't take the supplements were tainted, right? VADA already tested and they said the supplement were contaminated, right? And he proves it. You and he proves that the supplement were contaminated. You just gave Ryan Garcia to like when he gets back, he be like, "No, so I went to court. It's proven in the legal documents that I didn't take it knowingly. I didn't know that there was Austrian in the thing. And to be honest, if we look at the scientific facts, right? Because they're gonna do the scientific things. Did it edit before? Was it edit? You know, you know, just to see the scientific facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they found that Ryan Garcia told the truth, saying that the batch was contaminated, that he got the bottle was contaminated. You know what happens to to Devin Haney? He looks like a bitch. Even though he does look like a bitch, because to be honest, you're suing. That's a bitch move. Get it back in blood.
Suing somebody for losing the fight, bro, it's crazy.
Bro, you
Crazy.
know what? That's funny because everyone, and since he started suing, people have been talking about all the cheating scandals that happened earlier on. Cotto, somebody put cement in their raps. He didn't sue. He whooped his ass the next time they fought. One thing I want to tell Devin Haney because I didn't watch I wanted to watch the podcast, the one on one with Andre Ward. I wanted to watch it, but I saw the clips. I was like, "There's no point of me watching this because this thing is still in denial." Because Andre Ward said, "What was the game plan?" He's like, "If he took the PEDs, we saw Ryan get tired. Let's be honest. If everyone watched that fight, we saw Ryan get tired. He was not in his best shape. And now this story is that Ryan didn't really go in the he took this fight less serious than he took the tank fight. And I'm
Bro,
like,
he beat your ass and he ain't even take you seriously. And
because
now
people
you
say he
suing.
was 20 pounds overweight the week of the fight. Like the Monday when they were getting that week of like, oh yeah, it's fight week, we getting ready to go to New York and fight in New York. He was 20 pounds overweight. I'm like,
Well, being overweight means you would be physically stronger in all
no,
honesty.
but
And in
no,
these
no,
weight classes, it would
yeah,
that
but
punching power. That's a lot.
yeah, but and the other thing, Ryan Garcia being 20 pounds overweight, that means he really didn't train that much for the fight.
That too. That all. Yeah.
So he had to take a supplement to get down to 143. That's the weight that he came in with. He paid 1.5 million to Ryan to Devin Haney. Devin Haney, nigga. Now we're gonna keep it spade for a spade. He didn't. To be honest, it was not the PEDs. That nigga hit you with the left hook. You didn't know how to block a left hook. And you know why you didn't know how to block a left hook? It's your daddy. Your daddy is a terrible coach. Your daddy is not good. Your daddy coach literally your daddy's game plan is you let them hit you with their best punch. That's your daddy's game plan. And that's why you got hit. That's why you're gonna be crying. This loss is not. If I have a 90, I'm like 90%, 85, 90% sure that this loss is not gonna end your way. And when it doesn't end your way, and Ryan wins this lawsuit, he's gonna take that lawsuit results and go to the state, and he might get his W back. And when he gets his W back, nigga, this is gonna make you look worse. You already look worse. Every boxer is calling you soft, and some they're calling you a tissue soft. And you know why they're calling you that? Because they all watched the fight, and we saw Ryan get tired, and Ryan was whooping your ass. That's the dumbest shit. But I'll be honest, you are dumb. I know you up here suing people for boxing. What about the guy you beat up and jumped at the carnival? Did he sue you? No. But you want to sue Ryan Garcia. You know why? Because your brand has went down shit. You are not the second coming of Floyd no more. There's nothing else you can do. Like, you are up here going back and forth with Eddie Hand because Eddie Hand didn't give you tickets to go to London versus Anthony when Anthony Joshua fought in London because he said, I don't have the power to give you a ticket. You got to talk to Riyadh to take Al Sheikh. That's what you're supposed to do. Nigga, you see, this is the problem. Your daddy babied you so much that you got everything that you wanted. He didn't put you in the fire, right? They didn't put you in the fire to actually fight.
It don't seem like he really worked for it. Like he, of course, he worked because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
went whatever and but he ain't worked fully. Like,
yeah. He
but
didn't,
this amount of bitching after losing is crazy. Like
bro,
I don't know if Floyd ever lost. I don't even think Floyd would do all this.
bro. Floyd, the you know what? There are fights that we think Floyd lost, right? In the eyes, he didn't look great. He rematched them and he whooped them bad, right? Devin Haney, I'll be honest with you. Ryan Garcia, you didn't make Ryan Garcia look bad. You didn't make Ryan Garcia look average because your whole selling pitch is that you're an A-list fighter. He's a C-list fighter.
He's a
Ryan Garcia,
YouTuber. You got beat up by a YouTuber.
you made Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia told you you are not the person you think you are, and Ryan Garcia literally showed you that. Ryan Garcia said, "Man, you are not that good." I'm like, your game. Listening to your dad said we are watching back the lead up to the fight, and I'm like, were y'all trying to play mind games? Maybe, but you telling your dad saying I'm sending Devin Haney to kill Ryan. I'm like, I'll
And
be
he did
honest,
all that training. He ain't trained and he beat your ass. Like
bro. The worst part.
it's
Your
just
dad
bad.
said your dad is like, I'm sending. He's like, this is gonna look like Drago versus Creed. I'm like, does he know his son? I'm like, does he know his son? I want to know if he knew his son. Maybe that's what I wondering if he knew his son, right? I'm like, does he know his son? Now
Every
I'm
time we
hearing,
talk about this fight or see Devin Haney, it
yeah,
just
like
bad.
Devin Haney. Let me tell you this: for what I'm hearing, that you coming to welterweight, nigga, this is not looking. The watchers, you coming to welterweight. There are people who punch harder than Ryan. And we know one of them. We saw the one of the people who punched harder than he made somebody quit in the fifth round. And you come into his weight class, the one that he rules, the weight class that he's the number one at, and you want, I'll be honest, man. I think you should retire. I think you should stand on your word and say,
He's cooked. He's cooked, bro. His
yeah,
confidence
say,
is shot.
bro,
He's suing people. He's cooked, bro.
yeah, man, just
He's
retire. And when you retire, shut the fuck up.
please. You are done.
Like, bro, shut up. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear about the Ryan Garcia fight. We don't want to hear it. We are tired, bro. It's about to be literally. We going to the next year. We got 3 months left. This happened the first 4 months of the year. It's over with. It happened in April. We went through summer. We
You
going
got
to
that nigga
fall,
banned. You were trying to sue him.
bro. It's
Like,
over
no.
with,
You
bro.
got the
It's
W back and still bitching.
bro. You didn't
You
even
gotta
get it.
get
You got a non contest, bro. Let that shit go. Let that shit go. We don't. We nobody cares. You making yourself look worse, and people. If you think fans are gonna, no.
your
Whenever
confidence
you,
is shot, bro. It's shot.
and worst of all, you happy, and then your daddy say we suing Oscar De La Hoya. What the fuck, bro? This is. I don't know, bro.
Yo, what
This,
do Oscar be doing to people that he always getting sued or somebody talking
bro.
negatively about him? What do
Well,
Oscar be doing?
Oscar he has his own type of shit that he goes through. He's equally dumb. Well, not equally dumb, but he's equally bad as any other promoter that's like Don King from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like that type of people. Like he'll promise you money, he probably not give you full all your money at the time that he promises you. He's
Yeah,
equally,
JD promoter. But I mean, all
yeah.
promoters at some
Yeah,
point in the same.
some promoters do that. So he has his own issues, but on this one, I'm on his side. On this one, this is ridiculous. But now let's talk about the Eagles. We saw the Eagles play. Well, since the last time we did the podcast. I think
Hmm.
it was the week we played the Falcons, or the week that we lost to the Falcons. One of the two.
I think it was the Falcons. That was oh my god.
All right,
That
now,
loss and this loss.
all right. I'll be
I don't
honest.
even know how we beat the Saints. I'm not like I'm
No,
not.
I know how we beat the Saints. Technically, we kind of, but this one, I'll be honest with you. The Saints is a running team. If you actually watch the Saints
They
whole
just a
game,
run team. Yeah, they're not.
their whole offense is based on the run game. So if you start the run game, you kind of limit the Saints, because everything that the Saints do is predicated to the run. If you can stop the run, like the team that we know, the Cowboys, they're gonna run the ball, then after they run the ball, they're gonna use play action pass. Then you kind of push. If you're a bad run team, you're gonna bring everyone down to try to stop the run, and you leave explosive plays. The Eagles stop the run against the Saints,
I'm
and
surprised we stopped the run. Usually we
well,
can't fight back.
technically, actually, I will tell you why we stop the run. I'll actually say, because there's an audio where Saquon is talking to Jalen Carter. He's like, "Bro, we need you in this game. We need you in this game." He's like, "I played against you last year. You take over this game." Because for the Falcons, Jalen Carter didn't start the game. He was on the bench because of he missed. He came late to a team meeting, so for the game he didn't start. You know, everything. So but on this game, I'll be honest. This against the Bucks isn't. I can say it was the defense. Well, it was the defense, but it's not the people think what because people don't. When I say, they're like, "Oh, you try and make an excuse." Uh, Me personally, going into this game, I thought we were gonna lose. I didn't think we had a chance to win. Right? I didn't think we had a chance to win against the Saints. But when I heard that AJ Brown is out and Devonta Smith is out, I was like, "Hey, man, I don't think we have a chance to win." Right? I like, because most of the receivers that we got, Jalen Hurts doesn't have that rapport with. The only person that he has rapport with so far is Dallas Goddard, and I think they're gonna double Dallas Goddard. But I'm like, hey, we might lose. But I'm like, we have only
He
thing we
don't got.
just,
He playing like he don't got rapport with nobody right now.
But
Yes, you
now,
are.
then I was like, okay, I watched. I was like, technically speaking, the offense not well. The offense did play start bad. I was like, but that's not the problem though. I'm like, the defensive scheme is the problem because Vic Fangio, I love. I know what Vic Fangio's idea. His one thing Vic Fangio can do. If you watch, we haven't got hit by a big play. We are from the stats, we are the team that allows less big plays, like 20 yards and and above plays. We don't
Mm-hmm.
allow that on defense because of Vic Fangio plays a shell defense of like cover two shell. He's like the bend don't break. You gotta dink and dunk. The problem is now teams are dinking and dunking going up the field. And the one, as I said this 2 weeks ago when we did the podcast, our team is not a zone team because if you play a zone, you gotta have good tacklers on the edge, right? We don't have. I love Darius Slade. Darius Slade is not a good tackler. Quinton Mitchell, actually a good tackler, but most of the people that we have in the starting lineup are not good tacklers, right? So it makes it bad. Then when we go to the safeties, uh, we had one of our starting safety, what's his name, Blankenship, came to the game sick, got worse, he was out the game, so we had to have a backup in the safety. Uh, Linebackers, Nakobe Dean is the only linebacker that showed up last week. Every other linebacker, not really much. Devin White hasn't played all year. We have Isaiah Rogers, who's supposed to be a corner. I think he should have started, but I guess they're easing him back into the rotation, right? So it's a lot of things that I'm seeing, and I'll be honest to y'all. I think this is Slade's last year. Slade might retire, or he might not come back as an Eagle next year. Reason why is
Because he playing trash. He playing like Nandi Asamoah.
because right now they are targeting him more than the rookie.
He
Because
playing
Mitchell
trash.
is actually, when you talk, Mitchell is actually right now a top corner right now. He's playing better than any corner rookie corner right now. They are not targeting Mitchell because he's breaking up passes. It's kind of different, and I think we should start playing bump and run. Like put the corners in the receivers grill. We have a bye week this week. I think they should kind of work on, you know, put the corners up more. Don't be 5 yards away because 5 yards away, the receivers you are making them run free. They're gonna run it a in route. They're open, right? So that's that's the things that the defense is really the downfall right now of the Eagles. Then some decision making from Jalen Hurts, fumbling in the red zone, not a good look. But it was a strip sack, so technically, there's a lot of things. Our whole offensive line shift. We are kind of shifting and shuffling our offensive line. We are having that. Remember when we had the best season 2020, where we had to switch offensive line almost every game.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like that's what we are doing because we had to. Landon Dixon for like some period of that game played center. We are shifting and shuffling, and it's look. I'm like, okay, we gotta get organized. Then we had Felix, who was starting at right tackle, was getting beat every single time. Still needs development, but we have a lot of. I think they're gonna get it right. I think they're gonna get it right. It's just they gotta figure it out, right? Figure it out. I think more. Me personally, I think what we should do is really simple: run the ball, play action pass. Because what you do when you run the ball well with Saquon is gonna bring down the defense. Then when you bring down the eighth man down in the box, guess what? Play action pass up and it's kind of good. But hey, It's just me, my 2 cents. Uh, we look we look offensive wise. We really don't start. We don't start great. We have not scored a point in the first quarter, and I don't blame that on the offense, even though it's kind of is the offense's fault. But technically, decision makers by Nick Sirianni going for it almost every single time we're in the red zone, just not for not just taking the 3 points. That's why we lost against the Falcons. Should have took the 3 points.
You
By
know,
you,
I was looking at my bad, but I was looking at Doug Peterson. He's the coach of the Jaguars,
yeah,
and they're doing terrible.
well,
But we won a Super Bowl with him, right?
yeah.
And where I'm understanding is we got to get rid of people that make dumb decisions.
Well, me personally, I don't think that now we're gonna say the okay. The Jaguars are looking they start they're 0-4, but let's be honest. If you watch the
They weren't
Jaguars
going to
to
be good anyway.
the Jaguars is not that they're losing games like how like the team is playing bad, right? Because actually I watched some of the games. I'm like, wait, this team is actually playing good football. It's just the
They ain't good.
defense. If like the offense goes, like let's say the offense brings them to a lead in the fourth quarter, the defense gives up that lead seconds later. So I'm like, okay, I get it now. They're losing one score games. They're not getting blown out like that. I'm like, okay, I see what's the problem.
Right.
I'm like, I see the problem. Is the offense is playing great. Sometimes that it's like more of like a wishy-washy type of offense. It's great. But now we're gonna talk about the NFL real quick, and I think I want your take. How do you? Because I'm listening to all NFL vets, right? And I'm like, and I'm like listening, and I'm like, what's crazy? Have you noticed that the Packers, even though right now I feel like they brought Jordan Love back too soon, right?
Mm.
We're gonna talk about that, uh, right? But the Packers have figured it out. The Packers have figured out how to never have a bad quarterback,
Yeah,
and people,
whoever they pass person is, it don't matter. They always
yeah,
gonna be good. They've
yeah,
been
like,
good since Brett Favre, and it's like,
like,
how has it not?
yeah, like you notice, like Brett Favre was a quarterback. The draft Why Brett Favre was a quarterback? They drafted Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years behind Brett Favre without starting.
Mm,
Brett Favre left. Well, they kicked off. Aaron Rodgers started. Then they drafted Jordan Love. Jordan Love sat for over 3 years, 4 years. I want to say 3 years, and Aaron Rodgers left. You kind of see a pattern, right?
right.
This is where I'm going. The Panthers, right? The Panthers just benched Bryce Young, and I feel like the writing's on the wall. Bryce Young is getting traded. I think he's gonna get traded. But
He,
I think
he
I
shouldn't get
think
traded.
but I think the problem is Bryce Young was they threw Bryce Young to the deep end. And people, let's be honest, Bryce Young was the first overall pick, and people gonna compare him to CJ Stroud. And I'm like, I understand what you're saying. You're comparing him to CJ Stroud, but the problem
C.J.
is,
Stroud is a one type of quarterback, just like
I'm like,
Cam. Cam is
I'm
a
like,
one type of
I'm like,
quarterback.
you're comparing two people, but you're forgetting their situations.
Exactly.
I'm like, CJ Stroud went to the Texans. The Texans, and before the guy CJ Stroud, the guy Nico Ryan. D'Amico Ryan, what did he do when he got to the Texans? He came from the San Francisco. He brought his safety from San Francisco to the Texans, right? The guy Jimmy Ward signed to the Texans right after the Super Bowl, right? He already got his guy. He already got his captain, like the person who's gonna relate his defense on that team. And what he built the defense, right? He built a defense. Then he went to the offense, got now he already had. Nico Collins. He already had. They got Schultz, Dante Schultz. I think he's still there. What they drafted Tank Dell, right? They got Tank Dell. They have Robert Woods there. I'm like, gotta get. Then they have another receiver who doesn't start, but who's supposed to be a good receiver, Johnny Mechie, who had leukemia when his rookie year, didn't play his rookie year, came back, but when he came back last year, Tank Dell and Nico Collins kind of had already established themselves as receivers in the NFL, so he didn't have a footing with them, so he doesn't start, right? So I'm like, he went to a great situation. He didn't go to a bad situation. And this year they just built around him. They got him Stefan Diggs and they got him Johnny Mixon, right?
Mm.
Joe Mixon. I'm like, they are building. I'm like, if you look at Bryce Young, Bryce Young doesn't have shit. I'll be honest, he doesn't have shit. Then Miles Sanders is benched. Not a Miles. That shows the product. Everything that they thought Miles Sanders was through because of the Eagles' offensive line. Adam Thielen was thrown out by the Vikings. He's old. He's washed. Uh, I want to say the only person that is good that they have was Washington from the Steelers, the receiver from the Steelers. But he got thrown off for behavior issues. It's still kind of you kind of see like that's the only thing that they built around him. They didn't give him nothing. There's threw away Dante Moore. He went to Chicago. We're gonna talk like I think the problem was they didn't give him nothing to work with, and he didn't have mentors. And I think that's the problem, right? So now he's getting blamed for everything that's happening in Panthers. After he got benched, they won a game. They looked like a good team, a decent.
Just because a new quarterback come in and win one game don't mean he was the set
Yeah,
quarterback. Nick Foles was not a better quarterback than what's his name. He just came in at a good time and was ready, and he won
I
us a
mean, no,
Super Bowl.
now.
But
To be
Nick Foles
honest,
is not better than what's his name.
that once we're gonna be honest. I'll be honest with you.
Niggas tripping if they think that. They're
At
tripping.
the time, he wasn't.
Wentz was nice, bro.
At the time, but if we look down career wise, Nick Foles actually was a better quarterback.
Niggas is crazy.
I'm
Niggas.
not. I'm not saying. I'm talking about how the career after. Let's
Wentz,
be.
if Wentz never gets injured, I still
he-
think we win that Super Bowl.
yes, maybe. Okay, I think so at the same time. But let's be honest. After Wentz came back, he never became that player. That he had that one good season. We're gonna be honest. He
No,
had that
he
one.
had other good seasons, and that was his best season though.
He had,
He damn near was gonna be
that was
MVP.
his second. I'm telling you, that was his second year in the league or third year in the league. That was his third year or second year in the league. That after that season when we went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl, he never became the same player. He's now a backup for Patrick Mahomes.
True.
At the time, we used to say, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes or Wentz."
Thank
I'm
you.
like, yeah, technically speaking, at career wise, Wentz didn't live up to the potential that he had. Right? He never lived up to the potential.
You didn't open it. Oh.
He never lived up to his potential. That's why. I think if he and maybe and the other thing I think Wentz issue was at the time he was more, how can I say, more his ignorance or his cockiness or hard headedness of like people trying to coach him. He was not really not going to quarterback coaches because he started dealing with turnover issues that like how Jalen Hurts is dealing with right now.
Mm.
And I'm like, I think that's the problem. Where Nick Foles, when he was with Philly the first time, got traded by Chip Kelly to St. Louis, came back to Philly. He actually was a good quarterback, not like a franchise guy. But if we, let's say, if we didn't have Wentz at the time, Nick Foles would have won some games and would have been a good quarterback. I'm just That's what I'm saying. But let's talk about something else. Well, we on the NFL, Chicago. I want to be telling y'all now, right now, Chicago. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but your coaches are the issues. It's not the quarterbacks. Y'all wanted to blame Justin Fields. It wasn't Justin Fields.
It's not Caleb Williams. It's
Well,
not
yeah, but
Daniel
wait.
Jones.
I'll be
It's
honest with
not
you.
Bryce Young.
I'll be honest with you. On the Keller Williams type of thing, I don't think the Chicago players like him. Anyone who was there last year don't like Keller Williams. I'm just saying. If you watch the Chicago Bears, right?
I
It's
think it's
like
facts. I think it's facts.
because
But
I'm like,
I still
if you,
don't think that's his. That's not his problem.
it's not his problem, but I think what people don't see is how what Justin Fields brought to that team was, even though he got blamed for their downfall, but what Justin Fields brought them was, man, no matter what, he's gonna, if we have issue, he's gonna put it on us on his back, and he's gonna go out there and he's gonna leave it out there without blaming us, because he would take the blame and he will never show that he's mad at us. Because if you look at Moore, they're supposed to be the number one receiver for Chicago. Everyone noticed it. Nobody has. People have noticed it right now. Whenever, let's say, the offense is not on the field, he doesn't sit with the offense. He sits by himself, all the way by himself, and he literally looks like he's not interested. Like he looks like, bro, what the fuck am why? And I think he knew, even when they traded, he literally said, I didn't want them to trade Justin Fields because, number one, his stats are dropping. He caught with Justin Fields. Justin Fields, let's be honest, Justin Fields throws the ball. Yeah, they drafted Keller Williams because they say, oh, he's a generation quarterback, he can throw. But Justin Fields threw the ball down the field more than Keller Williams does. And you saw most best years in the NFL right now is last year when his quarterback was Justin Fields. And you look at now with the Steelers, he just took the job from Russell Wilson. We gotta talk about it. Russell Wilson is not gonna, whenever he's healthy again, he's not starting because he has there's no job to come back to.
Yeah, Russ was whoever was going to play good when it was over. As
Yeah,
soon as you played good, it was over.
because I'm watching. I'm like, they can. Mike Tomlin can, with his right mind, tell Justin Fields, "Oh, Russ is back.
Yeah.
Russ is Russ is back now. Oh, can you be a backup?" I'm like, no. He already built a rapport with the receivers. I'm like, he throws George Pickens. He trusts George Pickens. Oh, you gonna catch the ball for me? I don't think George Pickens would do that for Russ. Like, oh, I'm gonna put my body on the line because you threw this ball. I don't think he's gonna do that. If he, let's say, Russ throws a bad ball and George Pickens gotta do a crazy catch, I don't think he's gonna actually go the extra mile to do the crazy catch. He would do it just because for the highlight, but I don't think he would do it like, oh, I want to do it for you, even though the ball was bad. But when you see like it's Justin Fields, he'll probably do it for Justin Fields. He has already done it for Justin Fields. Even though the ball was not bad, he went there for the mile. Like, oh yeah, I got your back. And Justin Fields not turning over the ball. He's playing winning football. They lost to the Colts, yes, but it wasn't his fault. Was it the Colts? Yeah, it wasn't technically his fault that they lost. Beyond, yes, the when he slipped and he kind of fumbled, that was one turnover, but it was not his fault. He actually almost won the game. Uh, it's really. there's a like teams that I'm looking. The Ravens look like they found their groove again. They're gonna run the ball.
They finally found their groove by giving the ball to Derrick Henry the way they were
Yeah.
supposed to.
Then
Like
we
Lamar,
got
honestly, Lamar Jackson got two MVPs. Just give Derrick Henry the ball.
uh
Give Derrick Henry the ball, bro.
shout out to just hey, we gotta talk about it. The best quarterback from last year's class is Jaden Daniels, bro. Jaden Daniels looks way better.
Well,
And
we still got more season, but yeah,
yeah,
right
but
now he's cooking. He's
he's
cooking.
cooked, bro. He had a 90% completion percent in that Monday night game. I'm
Hmm.
like, that's unheard of. And right now, I don't. He just made history being complete 82% of his passes. I'm and I'm like, wait. I look at this. I'm like, is it just dinking and dunking? No, this nigga throwing down the field. I'm like, okay, how that?
Nah,
Hey,
he lit the Bengals up, bro.
he
He lit
put
them up.
bro, he put the Bengals in and out in the West. Now we're gonna talk about this. This one, some I means CJ Garner Johnson. One thing I like about CJ Garner when he talks, he doesn't talk about the other teams' players. He just says what both statements, right? The Bengals player, whatever his name is, I forgot his name. When they because he talked every week trash and the beat got beat every week until last week he didn't say shit. Because when he played the Commanders, he said they play a simple college offense and got lit up. Whatever your name is, you should have shut the fuck up the whole week. Every time you play the team, you should have shut the fuck up because every time you say you open your mouth, you're lost. The one time you shut your mouth up, you won. I think that's the recipe. Shut up. Shut up. Don't say shit. When you play the Chiefs, you say, "Oh, you talked about the rookie only runs a straight line." Well, yeah, he ran a straight line, but they beat you. And I don't.
Straight line to victory, bro. Straight
And
line.
we gotta talk about the Chiefs, man. They are not winning the Super Bowl this year,
That's
and it's
that's what y'all do every year. Every year, the
no, no,
first
no.
7 games, niggas want to
I'm
be
not
like,
saying.
no,
I'm
the Chiefs don't look the same. And then what do they
the
do in the
funny part.
postseason?
People think I'm talking about their play on the field. That's not it. Is that they have nobody, bro. They have no receivers.
No, niggas do this every single
They
year.
have,
They don't have any receivers, and then we turn around and every
bro.
receiver is rated 90 overall.
Bro, every receiver, every top receiver that they have, except for Worthy, is injured. They have lost their running back for the season. They have lost their running back for the season. They have lost Rashid Rice, their top receiver, is out for the season. Hollywood Brown, the receiver that they brought back, that they brought to be the Tariq Hill, like take the top of the defense, he hasn't played all season. He has a shoulder injury, and they're saying it looks like a season-ending injury. They still have receivers that can do productive, but I'm
They
saying,
still got Travis Kelsey. Don't be shocked just
yeah,
because
yeah.
he hasn't caught up all these short games.
I'm not saying that
Oh,
they're, but I'm saying me personally, it's not that their players is their play on the field. I know they're not. Some people are saying they're not playing well. Hey, they're winning games. They're
they
undefeated.
gonna go. They gonna find a free agent
Yeah,
who is
they
cooking everybody. The next Tyreek
actually.
Hill that nobody looked for,
I
and then
think
all of a sudden,
they
look what
probably
they're
did
gonna
on the
do.
running back. They brought back Kareem Hunt. He looks
Right.
good on their on their running game. But I think me personally, I'm not saying it's not that they don't look the same. They look good. They're not playing great, but they look like a good team. It's more I'm scared of their injury. The injury bug is hitting. We gotta be honest. The NFL this year has been hit with injuries.
Yeah,
Every good
it's
team.
been bad. It's been bad this year.
The Eagles, the Niners, the Chiefs. Those are the main three teams that got hit with injuries bad to their top players. And I'm like, damn, I'm, I don't, I'm like, I don't really know what happens. But we will see what happens. But I'm not saying that not winning is like, oh, They're gonna be in the the AFC conference finals or whatever the championship game.
Yeah,
But I'm thinking their injury is gonna catch up to them.
you
That's
think
what I'm saying.
this the year that the Bills gonna beat them?
Nah,
That was last year's Super Bowl. That game was so entertaining, yo.
yeah, yeah, no, I don't think, I don't,
Also,
I
I
don't,
think the refs
I
is
think, I
on the
think this,
Chiefs' side. I'm not going against the Chiefs because the refs on their side.
yeah, I don't. To be honest, I'm not saying this the year the Bills gonna beat them. I think the teams that's gonna beat them, to be honest, the Ravens. I think the Ravens.
I think the Ravens finally get it done. The
I
same
think,
year that they can't get it done against anybody.
well, technology. Let's be
Because they
honest,
keep losing on the last play of the game. They just keep
bro,
losing like that.
bro. They lost on the last play on the game with
Like
the toe.
3 times. And it's only, this is week, what, 5?
No, they lost twice, but it was always a toe. Well, the first game was against the Chiefs. It was a toe. Like if his toe was inbound, like just his big toe, he had a KD type of foot. If he just moved it a little bit,
Mm.
in that's a touchdown. Won the game. It's a lot of things that happens, but
I got the
it,
Chiefs coming out of the AFC. Right now, I think it's too early for the NFC because the NFC is super weak. I would
right.
go with
I'll be honest with you. Right now,
the
we
Niners
got.
also all injured too. That
I'll be
whole team
honest
is
with
all
y'all
injured.
right now, and this is something I don't think they're gonna sustain it. But right now we're going to go about after 4 weeks. We're going after 4 weeks. We're not going by what we think is gonna be at the end of the season. After 4 weeks, we know the Vikings look good.
Yeah, but I don't think it's
I
over.
don't. I'm just going
They
by
rookies,
4 weeks.
right? They
Hmm?
rookies except for Justin Jefferson. Everybody's a rookie, right?
No, I don't. They got same. You talking the starter, the quarterback? No, the quarterback is Sam Darnold. He's a former. He was from the Jets.
Oh yeah, Sam Darnold. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know him.
I'm just saying. It's just for right now. We're gonna see. Well, let's come back. Like, give us like 3 more weeks, 4 weeks. We'll see what happens in 4 weeks. But right now, that's the only team in the NFC that looks good.
I think surprisingly, it's going to be a team nobody thought of.
Yeah,
It's going to be the Cardinals.
nah,
I
no, they
know,
just they.
terrible. I know it don't even make sense, but it's going to be the Cardinals.
But I was thinking of that until they got that shit handed to them. That's
And
the only.
AFC, I think the Texans will win before I would think the Ravens will win.
It
The Ravens
depends.
let me down twice this year.
No, it depends.
Twice.
No, it depends. It depends. This the on the only the dependation is that if the Ravens, to be honest, they beat themselves.
If you just, yeah, put it next to the air conditioner or something. Yeah, it
The
changes.
the Ravens literally beat themselves. If the Ravens doesn't do dumb shit and stop running and decide to stop running the goddamn ball, that's the problem. If they actually ran the ball and just kept to running the ball, they'll win the games. That's why they lost to the Chiefs, anyways. They didn't run the ball. I don't know why they didn't run the ball, but shit, that happens. But they look. Hey, every team looks good. Uh, not every team
Lamar, the
looks good.
highest paid quarterback. They
No,
going to throw
freaking
that ball.
no. Dak is the highest paid quarterback. We're gonna talk. That shit is ridiculous.
He's the highest paid quarterback.
He's the highest paid player
All right.
ever. He's the highest paid quarterback and the highest paid player ever.
So y'all couldn't let Jalen Hurts have it. Then Lamar
Well,
Jackson
technically
got it.
speaking, let's be honest.
And
Hey,
now y'all
Jalen
giving
Hurts
Dak
got
a
it.
good shot.
Lamar got it back. Joe Barrow got it. Then it's like then
It's going
they
to switch
got
quarterback to quarterback every year.
yeah. I think whoever is next up to get paid is gonna break the market again. I think Brock Purdy is next up. I think to get paid, if I'm not mistaken, he might get it like top deck. I don't know who's next up, but
I
somebody's
think he's
next
going to
up.
get it from the Niners because I think they're going to blow that team up after this year.
You think they're gonna
Too
blow
many
it up?
people to pay. I think they're going to blow it up somehow.
Yeah. Well, there were most of the people are under contract. I think the only person who's really not under contract right now, or who is limbo, is Brock Purdy and CMC. It depends who they think is valuable more. Oh well, I think they extended
CMC.
CM. I think they extended CMC. So it's only Brock Petty. So I think that's the only person that they gotta pay. Unless the linebackers are also gotta get paid. If I don't know about the defense, but the offense, everyone is under contract except for Brock Petty. So everyone's under
You can't
contract
pay
for.
him though.
Hmm?
You gotta pay CMC.
I said, and I don't know if I think they extended CMC this year, so they already
Actually, I
extended.
think they yeah, I think they
Yeah,
did.
so I think it's only Brock Purdy on the offense. So I think the offense is gonna be stay. It's just the defense. I don't know about the defense yet. I don't know if everyone is paid on the defense.
And depending on how this year goes, they might
Yeah,
still
I don't think they're going. This
want
year
to
is.
pay for them.
All right, let's talk about. We gotta talk about this, and this is something. This is also gonna transition to college football. How about the Dolphins, man? Why you think? What do you think Tua should do?
Tua,
Yeah, what do you think Tua should do? I'm just.
I think he should retire. I know everybody is popular, but I think he should retire just because he got too many concussions.
Mhm.
Um, and just it ain't worth it.
Yeah, I
You
think.
got a life after this. I don't even think y'all gonna win a Super Bowl if y'all did make it. It's just cool.
Yeah, you. So you
Just
think he
retire,
should?
bro.
You think he should retire?
Yep, get up out of here.
I think. Hey, I'm with you. I thought he
Yeah,
should have.
pick
I
life.
think.
You know,
I
life over
think.
football.
I think he should have made. Me personally, I don't know because people are saying his dad is the one who makes the decisions. I think his dad should literally consider telling his son, bro. There's no. Yeah, he just got a child. I think he should retire. You got
Also, but if he does stay, they got
nah.
that new they got that new helmet that go over the helmet.
That
You
doesn't
seen
even.
that joint?
I understand, but let's be honest. That's not helping him anyway.
You don't think so?
It's not gonna help him because his
Well,
helmet.
he's a quarterback. Him getting hit this many times is kind of crazy.
Funny
Like
now,
y'all got
this
to
is
do something with the offensive line.
to be honest. The hit that made him concuss. I'll be
He was
honest with
running.
you.
He was running. I know.
And the funny part is that he didn't get hit that much. That was not even a hard hit. He literally
Mhm.
tapped his hand and he got concussed. I think is really his. I think his head is not. After the brutal concussion that he got after he came back the next week and played the Bengals, like the back to back concussion, messed him up so bad. Then he got concussed last year, where his hands were like this again. It's like it's almost four concussions in the last 3 years. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I don't. He switched helmets, went to a Vice's helmet that's literally built to protect you from concussions. That's the helmet that Apache Mahomes wears. I don't know really what he can do more but retire.
And they gotta get protection too.
Yeah, they have a good.
I know he does run and he got injured
Yeah,
quite,
but
but it's just not.
his whole offensive line literally plays great. I think it's just his health is really. Yeah, I think he should retire, become a coach.
He might not have the brain to become a coach. No pun
Well,
intended, but like
not a
his
not.
X's and O's is way too
Yeah,
much.
I think not really
Yeah,
become a coach, but become a quarterback coach. Teach the quarterbacks how to throw the. Not like a coach, like a offensive
that might be
coordinator.
tough. He's a really good
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah. So be an offensive coach. I think that's a better. You see, Teddy Bridgewater is a coach in high school, head coach in high school. He looks good. He's a good quarterback.
Teddy Bridgewater, bro, he's super nice. I think nobody
And
can
like
take his
the
place.
way, like me listening to other quarterbacks talk about the game, I'm like, hey, every quarterback, their exes, they know exactly their X's and O's. I think they're gonna be good coaches. The reason why I brought this is because I feel like me. This is me personally. I'm not saying this as let's say, right. This is let's say hypothetically say, Tua is not in the the Dolphins don't look great right now. They are they.
They gotta blow that team up. Dolphins, get your money back. Blow
I
that
don't
team up.
think to be honest, they everyone is under contract, right? So
Nah,
they can't blow it up.
they just gonna
So
be mediocre for
this
5 years. They
no,
like the
you
Suns.
you don't you are not, you don't get where I'm going. Let me lead you to where I'm going with this. You
Trash.
you need to listen to where I'm going with this. You gotta listen because I have a scenario, and this is a scenario I got from Nightcap. It's not my scenario, and it's not Nightcap scenario. This is Sanders scenario, and this is where I'm going with this because y'all know what I'm going where I'm going with this. Let's say the Dolphins are what bad, right? They are not playing great, right? They don't have a quarterback. Tua retires, hypothetically speaking. Tua decides to retire, right? Be like Andrew Luck, retire early. They're drafting in the like the first between the first and the third pick. They need a quarterback. Who's the best quarterback? Okay, there are two people. Listen, there are two quarterbacks who look.
Shador, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
you see, and I think you get Shador with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. All you need is just a third. Shador is already used to playing with people that speed. Shit, y'all got a good team. That's one. That's one. Right? If y'all don't pick Shador, I'll be honest. I'm not mad at y'all. Y'all can say, hey man, we don't want, let's say Shador goes earlier. Let's say Shador goes to the Raiders. Right? Y'all got another quarterback. And this one is down the street. He's not even far to find. He's down the street right there. Y'all can go right next door. He plays in your building already. His home games are in your building. Cam Ward. I'm just saying. You're getting a much flashier Shadow because the reason why, boy, it's not flashier. A much crazier Shadow. He does crazy stuff more than Shadow. He does ridiculous stuff more than Shadow. That's why I said the crazier Shadow. Cam Ward. Because why? Yeah, I don't get. Yeah, this is the funniest shit. Him, people don't know this. K1 and Shadow are best friends. Well, I don't say best friends, but they're friends, right? He plays for Miami, the University of Miami, and the reason why even Cam Ward is still in college is because of Shadow. To be honest, because they train together, they're friends and they train together. They have the same quarterback coach. They train together, and that's why I say those two are the two quarterback right now. The two best quarterbacks in college, and I like them. Even though I like Shadow more, well, I like Cam Ward too. I watch Shadow more than Cam Ward, but I like both. Cam Ward is more of like a nigga. I go with my flow. I'm cocky. He's like cocky, where he Shadow is cocky but doesn't say it during the game. Cam will tell you what he feels right there. He will tell the defense, "Hey man, we throwing the ball right there. Stop me." And he will throw it with chill too. He's so calm. I'm like, man, this. I think the quarterback coach told these kids how to play under the race because I'm like, bro, there's no way both of you, three of your quarterbacks played like chill, like they're not bothered by anything. I'm like, there's no way that they play like that. Like Cam Ward plays like literally he holds the ball like, hey man, if I run, you gonna stop me? Catch me. Then he starts jogging like he's running casually. He's jogging to the sideline. Like, bro, what the hell? You're supposed to run to the sideline so that don't get hit. You jogging to the sideline because you can see the person trying to hit you and you're laughing. It's funny. But now let's talk about college football, man. I'll be honest with y'all. This year I'm more into. Last year I said I started watching college football because of Colorado, right? And I actually watched college football just because of Colorado. I only watched Colorado games. I didn't watch any other team college football until the playoffs and they went to the national championship games. But I didn't even watch that game. I watched the second half. This year I actually watched other teams. and actually can give you, not give you scouts, but give you my opinions on different teams. Right? All right, we're gonna start with Alabama. Alabama looks, to be honest, now we're gonna be honest. I don't say they look the best. They have the best right now. They look the best because number one, they played a big team. Two, they're all healthy, right? All healthy. Jalen Milroy just had a good game against Georgia. Almost lost the game, but they had a good game. They almost blew the lead too. Almost blew a huge lead, but good
It was
win.
28-0.
20-0, came back to literally had to literally last second interception. That's how y'all won the game. So we're gonna talk about y'all a little bit. But you look good team. Great team. Receive their 17-year-old receiver Ryan Williams. Start. Great player. Haven't watched much Alabama game, but watching a few of you against Georgia, I actually can say y'all look great. Georgia. Your quarterback is terrible. I understand he's supposed to be a top draft pick in the an NBA in the NFL. No, he terrible.
He did great that one game though
No,
versus Alabama.
yeah, he did great, but it was too late. Second half, too late. Yeah, you almost came back, almost won the game. I'll give you that. Give you props. But technically speaking, it was the wrong game too, kind of helped. Not really, but yeah. Ah, Texas. Shout out to Archie Manning. Shout out you good quarterback, good backup. You have won two games. Did rookie mistakes? Yes, you did. But I don't think right now you have won the job because Quinn Ewers. I'll be honest. Texas looked better. I understand what Camp like. Archie Manning is a good quarterback. Like give him a like I see why he's still sitting as a backup. Right. I think give him another year, he's gonna be tearing shit up. He already that's the only thing because the team that he has played right now are not good, not good teams. But I think when he plays better teams or good teams, he's gonna fall a little bit under pressure, and I think that's the reason why he's a backup, right?
Mhm.
Where Quinn Ewers is Texas looks very good with Quinn Ewers as a quarterback. He looks They look efficient. They look that can challenge Alabama 1-on-1. That's I think that's gonna be the SEC championship game, Texas versus Alabama, and that's gonna go to I think double overtime. That's my if Quinn Ewers is playing. If it's Archie Manning, hey man, I'll be honest, Alabama's blowing Texas out. But if it's Quinn Ewers is playing, I think it's going double overtime because Quinn Ewers has been in the building. He has played Alabama. He has been in that type of alumni of like I can go to Alabama and win a game. I lost to Alabama because I got injured. That's one thing. We gotta keep everything 100. Texas had beat Alabama twice in the last 2 years, 3 years. We got coming this year is last year it was in the last 2 years they've beat Alabama twice. The problem with the first time, the reason why Alabama won, Quinn Ewers got injured, right? In the end of the third quarter, when they had the lead, their backup at the time didn't have a time to keep the lead, played terrible, they lost the game. The next time he went to Alabama, and guess what he did? Put them belt to ass. Didn't even it didn't look close. It was belt to ass. This year, if they play, it's gonna be a show. It's not gonna be belt to ass for Texas, but it's gonna be a show. And I think they need Quinn Ewers to be healthy for that to be a show. I like Archie Manning, but that's why you're getting developed. That's why I say development. Uh I talk Texas. Michigan. Yeah, the run is over, man. I don't think y'all
Yeah,
making.
the coach.
Coach is done. No quarterback. Y'all can't run every time, bro. Y'all a running team, bro. Y'all don't have a quarterback. Y'all need a quarterback. Y'all need some receivers. Y'all need a lot. Y'all lost a lot to the NFL, and y'all need a lot back. Another team. I haven't watched Oregon, so I can't tell you about Oregon. I haven't watched Tennessee. I can't tell you much about Tennessee. I like their quarterback. He looks good in his first year starting. Uh, Another team at Nebraska. Uh, Watched Nebraska play. Colorado. That's the only time I watched Nebraska. They looked good at the time, but I hear that they're struggling right now. That's we will see how their season ends. Uh, we have what we have other teams that are good, right? Right now I'm thinking of teams that Boise State. They're running back, not great running back, good coach, good running back. I think he has over now 800 yards rushing in the first 4 games or 5 games now. He looks like he's on pace to go
That's
to a two.
crazy. 800 is crazy.
He looks like he's on pace for 2,000 yards. So
Maybe three.
yeah, so
804 games. How many games total?
4 or 5, I think 5 games right now in
No, I
total.
mean like in the season.
I think 12.
They play. Oh, okay. Okay.
12,
Yeah, 2K for them is okay.
yeah, 12, 12. I think, yeah, 12. 12 then plus they will add the also your stats also add when they play in the playoffs. They kind of add on the stats. It still goes on, so he might end up with 2K. But for Heisman, he looks like, well, we're gonna talk the Heisman, but for Heisman he looks like he's gonna be a finalist. He's gonna have that 2,000 yards if he doesn't get injured. Hopefully he doesn't get injured.
Look like a bunch of finalists.
uh
'Cause, Jalen was it Jalen Milrow?
Miro, yeah, Jalen Miro
Um,
hit.
nice.
Yeah,
I like Travis Hunter because he plays both sides.
yeah, we getting okay. Ohio State. I'll be honest with y'all. That's one of the teams I don't like. I don't like Ohio State. I never liked them, but they have
Okay.
a good freshman receiver, Jeremiah Smith. Don't know much about that quarterback though. That's the only thing. I really don't much no, but he has played great so far. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Right. Miami is a good. They're gonna win their conference. Their only competition in their conference is Clemson, and Clemson, because they don't go in the transfer portal, they're gonna get washed by Miami, and that's it. Uh, they have a Heisman hopeful too. He had a great game. Head to hope. Shout out! I watched the funny part. I watched Miami versus Virginia Tech. Miami's undefeated right now, but me personally, I think they lost the game against Virginia Tech. If the rest should have just kept with there was no clear and obvious thing to overturn the rule of a touchdown on the Hail Mary. There wasn't a clear and obvious, but I understand they said the ball was moving, so that's it. Uh, but really, I really think they look great. Cam Ward is another finalist. I think this year there's a lot of people who can be in a finalist. They just gotta let's see their year. Right now, Jeremy Murray. There are a few people who have Heisman moments and people who look great. Right. Uh, Jalen Miro had a Heisman moment coming back when they were down. They came back and the game winning touchdown to Ryan Williams, the freshman, the 17-year-old freshman. The running back, Ashen, whatever, I forgot from Boise State, pick one of his runs. He has like 6 runs. He has so far 6 amazing highlight reel runs. Go watch one of them. Probably Heisman. Uh, Cam Ward. He had the Heisman moment when the team was down, didn't play great, came back, won the game. Now we gotta. Y'all notice that I've named every team before I named Colorado. Colorado played great. Got their ass whooped by Nebraska. Since then they've played great. Uh, I think they're gonna be in the playoffs. Maybe. It depends if they win their conference. That's the only requirement. You gotta win your conference, the Big 12. They're off this week. They're off this week. When you watch this, it's gonna be they're gonna be playing on the following week. But when we recording it, they're off this week. Their next game is Kansas State. Big test. Kansas State is coming back in. Is coming to Colorado. If they beat Kansas State, I'm saying they're going to the conference championship, the Big 12 conference championship, and they have a chance to win it because Kansas State is right now undefeated. I think they're undefeated. Maybe not. I'm not sure if they're undefeated or not. But Kansas State looks good. They have a great quarterback and they're running back. Now we're going to talk about the running back because the running back played for Colorado last year. He was a freshman, Dylan Edwards. Oh yeah, Dylan Edwards. So he's coming back to Colorado, playing Coach Prime. But the problem is Colorado's run defense now is shit, boy. If Kansas State can run the ball, it's about to be it's about to be it's gonna be a great game. I'm watching that game. I want to watch that game. They gotta put that game is gonna be fun. But we're gonna talk about Colorado real quick. Colorado, bro, they're 4-1. Nobody thought they're gonna be 4-1. Nobody thought they would win 4 games this year because of their schedule is tough. They were underdogs last week against UCF. Almost two touchdown underdogs. Shit, they put belt to ass.
Belt to ass.
That was
Like
belt
what
to
was
ass.
that? That was 40 something or what? Like
Yeah,
16.
yeah, 40 something to 16, bro. It was belt to ass. It was not even a question. Now we're gonna talk about UCF first because UCF's quarterback, bro, that nigga's fat as shit. But that nigga's Big Ben out there. But that nigga, some decision makings was terrible. Nigga, did you watch your scouting report? I want to know because there's some. I understand y'all a running team. Y'all don't throw that much. Maybe you didn't watch the scouting report of throwing the ball. Maybe I'll give you that. Because what the hell, your first you throw target Travis Henry. Bro, do you know why Travis Henry doesn't get targeted? He gets targeted 10% for a reason. And you found out the reason because you tried him again and he picked you. The first one I should have been a pick if your receiver didn't touch, kind of jump and kind of made Travis bend. That was a pick. The second one, he read you like a book. He knew that he read you like a book because Travis Lear was not. He was gutting 3 people, came back, got a pick. I'm just saying, and hit the Heisman on you. Now, Trevor should be Heisman. Reason why Trevor should be Heisman, he's playing both sides of the ball. And he's great at both sides of the ball. He was what? He was on a 5 game of five games straight of 100 yards until against the UCF. His streak got broken. He was 10 yards short for 100 yards. Didn't much, bro. Now I'm gonna give advice to other teams that are gonna play Colorado. If you have a good running game, or if your game plan is running the ball, if your strength is running the ball, run the goddamn ball. I like Colorado. I love it. But just if they're stopping the run, keep running it. Just run it. Don't get in a shootout with a team that can shoot that has they have more bullets than you. Don't get in that shootout. Don't get in that shootout with a team with more bullets. When I mean more bullets, they have more receivers. That receiving room is more than yours. You don't have enough dogs on your receivers that you can stop them. I'm just saying, you don't have enough dogs. Yeah, understand what I'm saying.
Not really.
Your receivers are not. You don't have enough dogs on your receivers to go against Colorado because Colorado has dogs that are not even starting, and Baylor found that out the hard way. I'm just saying. So if you're a team that runs the ball, just run the ball. Don't try to throw the ball and try to score as much points because you're gonna lose the game. UCF tried to do that and they lost. Why are you trying to run? Why are you trying to throw with Colorado? If you are the number one rushing team, run the ball. Even though you're not doing great at running, still run the ball. You started trying to throw the ball with fucking Colorado. That's why y'all got belt to ass. Because Colorado has more dogs on that receivers than you. You can say, "Oh, we doubling Travis, nigga." There's Jimmy Horn. You're like, "Oh, we're gonna try and cover Jimmy Horn and Travis." There's Jantante Weston. Oh, we're gonna cover. We're gonna kind of blanket those three receivers. There's Will Shepard. Oh, maybe they're tired. Oh shit! Wait a minute. So you say Travis is out? He's tired. He's taking a breather. There's Omari Miller. Yeah, yeah. You see, Omari Miller literally first catch of the season was a 50-yard touchdown against Baylor. And y'all say, oh, we didn't know about some people. We didn't know about Amari Miller. You should have known about Amari Miller because his biggest game so far in college was against USC last year when the team was down and he was the only receiver to get open. He had 160 yards. So he's not like somebody that was not on scouting report. He's on the scouting report because he already has big games so far in college. I'm just saying, don't if you're a throwing team, man, put as much points you can, and I hope you hope your best receiver is not guarded by Travis. If Trevor's getting your best receiver, shit, nah, yeah, forget about that shit. You losing. As UCF, their best receiver was in prison against Travis. Didn't catch a ball at all until the fourth quarter.
They still got
Don't
to worry about Shiloh now this high though.
then Shiloh Sanders has now this. I'll be honest with y'all, man. I'll be honest. And I love Shiloh as a Shiloh's Deion son, but I think Shiloh should not when it comes back he should not start. The defense looks way better without him starting. That's my me watching Colorado. It looks way better. It, the safeties look way better. And I understand Shiloh should be the start. Shiloh is supposed to be the leader. He's a leader. He has the D on the L on his chest. But that, yeah, man, him getting injured. I'll be honest with you. Him breaking his forearm was a blessing in disguise for Colorado because I don't. He really the safety that replaced him is making it hard for us to say, "Hey, man, there's a drop off in production," because he's actually playing better than how Shallow was playing. I don't know how because Shallow is like a what? He's not a cover safety. He's more of a run stop, and I don't think right now. And the problem with Charlotte is he's when he's one on one with you, he's not tackle. He's not a good tackler. He's a shoulder tackle. He doesn't tackle you by grabbing you. He's like the one who puts his shoulder, and sometimes you that's easy to break. You know, easy to break tackles when you do shoulder. And I'm like, when I was like, yo, I love Charlotte. I was like, but god damn, bro. I was like, that defense looks way. I'm not saying way better, but it looks better without Charlotte playing safety. I think he should be a nickel. If Charlotte goes back to corner, I think you should go back to corner. I'd rather have him play corner and leave the safeties play their safety role. The two safeties that are playing right now are Summer and Craig, and I forgot the other guy who's the replacement for Charlotte. They are playing better. I'm sorry, but to say the other guy is a better cover corner. Zimmerman Craig is a better tackler than Charlotte. So, and technically he was already starting. So, Cameron Zimmerman Craig. Craig is already a starter. He's his L came from Jackson State, so we already knew about him. He was a leading interception leader with Travis on the team last year. So everyone knows about him. But he's playing way better. Like when you watch Colorado, I'm like, bro, it's hard for I'm like, it's very hard for Coach Prime. If we gotta say, let's say Coach Prime was not the coach, right? We know Shadow's gonna come back. He's trying to get his draft score, so he might come back and start. But if Coach Prime was not the coach, Salas he can't come back and say I can be a starter. Nah. Reason why Shallow his way he plays is reckless. It's not like reckless, but he's like the old two. He's old school.
He's Ryan Clark.
Yeah, he's a Ryan type of like he just doesn't really care because he gets penalized for dumb shit like hitting somebody who's out of bounds. You costing your team, right? 15 yards. When you literally he got hurt because he did a dumb play costing 15 yards for hitting somebody who was out of bounds. When they had a stop on third down, and that's the problem, right? Because Charlotte already has a reputation of doing that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, since he's gone, the defense has not been penalized that much. I'm like, yeah, I love his energy on the defense. He's bringing that headache CEO headache gang CEO. I love it, but I'm the product that's on the field right now without him on in the lineup looks better, and and I know that's kind of going with what me. It's me watching the game. I've watched every game, even the Nebraska game. It looks way better with the safeties that they have. They're getting less penalized. They've not allowed. They went almost a game almost a game and a half with allowing over 20 over points. Like they played a touchdown, almost a game and a half. Well, it was not a game, almost like almost over like since the second half of Nebraska to the game against Colorado State to the game against Baylor. Their defense played great. Then you saw them what they did against UCF, the number one rush team in college. I'm like, this team looks their defense looks way better with the people that's on it. And they didn't have everybody on it. And I'm like, I don't know how you gotta switch it around, but you gotta kind of switch it around. I don't know how
Gotta
they're gonna
change
bring.
something.
Yeah, but they look great. They really look great. Uh that's about Colorado, man. We got some news, man. I know my man's not gonna be there, man. But we got Boots is fighting, man. November 9th
Oh yeah.
in
Oh yeah.
Philly. Now number one, he's fighting somebody you already fought before. So to be honest, but Boots is not only the one. Now, if you don't have your tickets now, I need y'all to get your tickets now in this month. Don't wait last minute. Don't wait like Halloween. I'm like, oh, I'm getting my tickets in Halloween. Those shit will be gone. I think the shit those are already gone by now. I need to make sure that I buy my tickets early. I'm just letting y'all know now. I need to buy my tickets early because goddamn the card that they put on this one. Y'all remember when we just said, "Hey man, the card was good" when we went to watch him in July?
Right.
Boy, what they just did, bro. This card is full of names. And I'm like, oh, that's what y'all bring. I'm like, oh, they better open up the you remember there were like seats that were open the nosebleed seats were closed off, like they were not for sale.
Mm.
I think they opened them shits up. I think they're gonna open them shits up. They better open that whole stadium up. It might be opened up. Because it's
They
not
probably
boot
did run it.
bro, it's not only Boots headlining. Boots is the he's gonna be the main event, but he's not the headline. They got Bam Rodriguez coming to Philly. The Mexicans are gonna be out there. I'm just saying, boy. Then you got the guy from Camden. What's his name? Ford, who just who had lost in who was a champion, who's a dog too. Then they got Khalil Cole, who we saw him fight. He's coming back to Philly. I'm like, bro, they got dogs. They got dogs in this. Hold on, bro. This card is there's no like, oh yeah, these people are no names. Oh no, they got dogs coming to Philly. If you don't have your tickets now, I advise
Technical difficulties.
uh a little bit, you know.
And we back. Hmm.
Yeah, we back. Hold on. Let me get y'all the full. Let me get y'all the you know. Let me get y'all to the full. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot to say. Devonta Smith is on the trading block. Not Devonta Smith. Devonta Adams from the Raiders. They're looking for a second round from a team and some. I don't know. It's a lot, but they're looking for a second round. Now let me get you the card because boy, I'm sorry. I gonna lie to y'all. They got dogs coming into Philly, right? Bulls versus Korean Chukujen. Eh, God damn it. Karen or Korean. I'm asking you for this is a favor for me. Don't fucking run. Please come to fight. I really do wish you come to fight and try to get a title. Come to fight for a title. Don't just come for a paycheck. Please. We got Bam Rodriguez. We got Ford, Khalil Cole. We got Ishmael Muhammad. We got Williams. We got Dennis Thompson. Then we got Steven Shakur Stevenson's cousin fighting. So we got a lot, bro. We got bro. I hope Korea Chukujen. And don't I know you in whatever wherever you are. Please come to fight. I hope, please, because we don't want you to be running. We just want you to fight. Put up an actual fight. You already fought Boots, so don't be scared. He's not scary. He doesn't bite. Just fight. We just want you to get knocked out. That's the only thing we
We just want to see a knockout, bro.
we just want to see a knockout, bro.
The other
And
boy
please,
quit.
the other boy quit. We just want to see a knockout. But hey, he quit for a reason though. He got knocked down though. His whole jaw
Yeah,
was
walked out mad like he ain't want to.
his whole jaw
He
was
ain't want
broken, bro. Yeah, just come to fight. I understand he looks scary. He's not scary, man. He's not scary. I advise you, he's not scary.
that boy
Just come to
scared as
fight.
Billy.
He's a good fight. He's not scary, man.
They gonna have that same little trailer with Meek playing in the background, playing the whole John.
Oh, well, he asked who should bring him out. I think he should come with Meek. I think Meek is going. He's gonna come with Meek. He's gonna come with Meek. So yeah, and
Yeah, it should be Meek this time. He had Core the first time.
yeah. Now let's talk about Kai real quick. What the hell? Kai's goddamn Kai, bro. Kai is playing in the little little whatever thing, and he just won the championship. And he thinks that was funny though. The stream is funny, but that's okay. That's
Lil B.
yeah, the little basketball league, whatever you want. Now let's talk about who else to be. Oh yeah, we about to talk about that was on that was boxing. Then we have the rematch of the heavyweight. Uh, Tyson Fury versus Usyk. And we have David Benavidez fighting against I don't know who is he fighting, but he's on the same card with Tank. Tank is supposed to be fighting Lamar Roach. People don't like it. They want him to fight the actual name. I don't. Man, what? How y'all want him? This man is just coming back from getting arrested or wherever. Well, was he arrested earlier? Oh, he's still coming back from wherever he was. So I understand why he's taking a easy fight. Uh, hmm. So yeah, I think that's much it from boxing. Yeah, let's talk about that. Man, I want to talk about WWE, man. Ha.
I haven't seen no clips or nothing.
Yeah, Triple H. I think I need you to come here now. Wait, before we go this, I want to let people know. All these wrestling fans and people say WWE, man. Now we gotta. This is for the fans. This is not about WWE. We gotta talk to the fucking delusional fans, right? Delusional fans. I need you to let y'all know this. This thing of saying, oh, WWE don't have black athletes on a pay-per-view PLE. Let me let y'all know a secret. None of the black wrestlers right now that's on the roster are good. I'll be honest. Carmelo Hayes is just starting his career in the major roster. He's not that good. Well, he's not that. He's not. He hasn't made a name for himself to be in the pay per view yet. Uh, Bianca Belair and JK, they are doing something else right now. I don't think they don't have any person to challenge them, so they can't be on the pay per view because they are not in a feud. They have no story right now. Their story is not yet building yet, right? Bobby Lashley is not there. The Street Profits, yes, the Street Profits probably has a story, but you can't have their storyline is with the bloodline, and you can't have two bloodline storylines in the same pay-per-view. Doesn't make sense. because
What you mean? They
you
did it at WrestleMania.
yeah, but they did it on it. There were two different days.
Yeah, but the storyline was
The
two.
sto-
It
but the
was used
storyline,
for
the
two different things too.
but yeah, the storyline was on WrestleMania was it was the same kind of, it was kind of the same storyline. It wasn't like a different. It was not a different feud. It was like the Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. It actually correlated to what happens the next day. It was still the feud. The feud was still Cody versus Roman,
Mm,
right? For the Street Profits, they are not directly involved in the Roman versus the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes. They are not in the storyline. They just don't like the Bloodline, and they have a feud with the Bloodline for different reasons. So you can't have two different feuds happening at the same time because you're trying to use them again. Let's say if the Street Profits fight right against the Bloodline, right? The Bloodline gotta come back for the same a different story. The two people involved in the storyline with the Street, they gotta come back for the Roman Reigns storyline. You are making you're kind of risking injury at that point, right? Even though it's entertainment, they're putting their body on the line, they're jumping, they are doing athletic move, you are risking injury at that point. So it's very bad. So I understand why the Street Profits are not there, but I think they're gonna be there later. They might win the titles on Friday, might not. I don't know. It depends. Uh, but there are black representatives, even though y'all don't want to acknowledge it. There are people who are black representative representing black people.
mm.
Cody Rhodes is black. He's half black. People don't know
Cody
that.
Rhodes is black.
His mom is black.
What?
She's light skin black, but she's black.
Nah, that changes everything. That changes everything.
Cody is half black.
That's why Cody Rhodes could never be Dusty Rhodes, bro. He's black, bro.
Then
Wow, he looked like Dusty though. He looked like
yeah, he
he
kind
looked
of
like the white side.
yeah, and he what plus he people thinks he's white because he actually dyes his hair blonde.
That don't mean anything. Black dudes dye their hair blonde all the time.
Yeah, but if you look at
Shit, I
him,
did it with my dreads.
I did
You did it
my
in your dreads.
yeah,
Like what?
but his blonde looks like a white blonde, but
Yeah, he
that's
looked like Eminem up there. Yeah.
so his mom is like light skin, but she's black.
That's crazy. I
Uh,
never knew that. That's crazy.
we're gonna Roman Reigns is black. When he if he does, he'll say I'm black because he's Samoan. They don't say Samoan, they say black. He's black, but he's apply for a job.
Nah, just put
So
Samoan, bro.
so you tell does it say Samoan when they give you option? They say Latino. Da da da
No,
da
they
da.
put other or they put a line where you can write it. How about you
Yeah.
just write Samoan? I'm
Well,
tired of
okay.
everybody wanting to be black and not wanting to be black when it's important.
Well,
No, nigga,
he
you
actually
are a
he
Samoan.
I think he actually
Because
is
nobody
black.
wants us to ever say that we're Samoan, we're something else, we're
Yeah.
this, we're that. We're
But I
not.
think, well, then let's be honest. The Rock is black. His dad is black.
The Rock is. He is Samoan or Hawaiian,
Wait,
whatever it is, and black.
wait.
He is actually black.
Wait. Let's
If
be
you look
honest.
at his dad and then you look at like the
Now, now,
character,
now, thinking about it, is Roman actually half black? Because since his dad is well, it depends. Let's see. Roman's parents.
see,
It
everybody
dep
be wanting to be black when it's good to be black. I'm telling you.
but I think Roman actually he's
And I
probably
don't believe they would make one of the great because Roman is going to go down as one of the greatest wrestlers ever.
and
They're
they're
not
gonna
going to make one of the greatest wrestlers ever a black guy.
well the
That's
Rock
why.
is
That's why The Rock ain't. Yeah, but he's great. He's the
but
greatest entertainer. Blah blah blah. But he's not the best. He's the best actor. Like he left and became an actor, and
Yeah, but I
we don't
think,
really
but
care about
he's a
wrestling
Hall of
too
Famer, so
much. Of
but
course, you can make it to the Hall of Fame.
yeah, I
Shit, I
think
think MVP is in the Hall of Fame, or our Truth will be in the Hall of Fame. But I'm saying like to win the championship this much, the whole story of WWE is written around you. Like
yeah, I think they're
I
up.
don't think they
Yo,
writing around no black people, bro. It's
okay,
not happening.
yeah,
The Rock
he's not.
had
He's
what 4
Samoan.
kids.
He's Samoan. He's
Yeah,
not.
so come on, man. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
he's
Everybody
Samoan.
wants to be black when it's convenient to be black. I hate that
But
shit.
I think the
No.
other people. Well, I think the reason why I say because more me personally, I think me The Rock is kind of has won a lot of championship. He's one of the greats. He's up there
Yeah,
in
but
the.
if you put a poster of him, John Cena, we could keep it. We could keep it.
Well, John Cena did say the greatest of all time right now is Roman Reigns. He's the GOAT.
See, see,
John Cena did say Roman.
it's not a black dude, bro. They're not saying The Rock. They're not gonna say even fucking Andre the Giant. I don't even know if he was black or not. They're not gonna say
Well,
certain people, bro. They
The
gonna say
reason
the
why
Undertaker. They gonna say
the reason
uh
why
John Cena.
the re,
Like, come
I,
on.
I think the reason why John Cena said Roman, he said because what Roman did is he was pushed to the crowd, and he's like, people don't know. He's like, I'm going with what we're going about how the company WWE was when Roman Reigns was the top guy. He's like 2020. He is the reason why we got two events. We need two WrestleMania nights. He's the reason why there going to be two SummerSlams. He brought a lot of people, and the company is in the green right now because of Roman Reigns. So
Well,
he,
that and storytelling. They was down for a little bit
well, yeah,
because
yeah,
when Sheamus was the top guy, when CM Punk
yeah.
was the
But I
top
think
guy, it
he's
wasn't
the
the
plus.
same.
I think he's like plus Roman Reigns going up to the money to Vince and say, "Yeah, let me do this," because Vince wanted him to be the next John Cena. Vince wanted to make Roman Reigns the next John Cena, like the the fan favorite, like how people do they can't see me, and even though John Cena said he didn't start it, Tony Yayo did it, right?
Hmm.
People he wanted him to be the next John Cena, but what he didn't do is he was pushing Roman, like force feeding to the fans, and the fans were rejecting Roman Reigns. Even when The Rock tried to use his popularity, his WWE, because people liked The Rock at the time, they still rejected Roman. The reason why Roman now is accepted by the fans is because Roman went back, he brought his authentic self, and it was him going to Vince saying, I'm not coming back until if you do this. Let me become a bad guy. Let me come back. Let me be myself. Let me improvise. Let me speak from the heart. Let me say what my family know me as, not what you guys are writing down in the script, whatever you writing down in the storyline. No, let me be me. And now when you hear, people don't notice, Roman Reigns hasn't said much to the crowd since he has came back after losing to Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns hasn't said much. Until he's face to face with Cody, that's the most he has said. Since he has came back, he didn't say much at all. The crowd said it for him. Like the shirt that he wore that said OTC, we created the meaning without Roman Reigns telling us what the meaning meant. The fans created the what does autistic stand for. Roman Reigns didn't say what autistic stand for until almost over a month or two. It was a month and a half after he came back, and for the whole month and a half, he never said a word. All he did was kick ass and get kicked his ass kicked at the same time. It was
He's
until
great. He's great. I just don't think
yeah,
you know. keeping
until
it
it was
live.
until 3 weeks ago when he said this is, yes, original tribal chief and also the only tribal chief. Then now this is where I'm coming with this. Cody. This is where I was going with this. Cody Rhodes. I understand you're supposed to be the face right now of WWE, buddy. I'll be honest with you. You are not it. I don't even know why you're in this storyline. I understand you were already in the storyline when Roman Reigns, when they said bare blood, you and Roman, and you went to the Jeremiah and said, I'm down with the bloodline. I'll be honest with you, Cody. I'll be honest with you. Everyone was happy. We didn't care. We didn't actually we were not even sharing a tear that you're not helping Roman. We were happy. You know why we were happy? Because we didn't want you to be there. Because we had a bet seeing Roman Reigns. We had a plan. Everyone, every fan had a plan, and we knew Roman's plan was actually gonna be better than what you're gonna do. What WWE, we thought, I'm like, oh, it's gonna look like Roman doesn't have a partner and to bear blood in Atlanta. Reason why? I understand why you decide to insert yourself in the storyline. You are going back to your hometown. Nobody cared. That's why you got booed when you interrupted Roman Reigns and say it was your WWE. You got booed. It's not your WWE because you don't have what Roman has. The override that Roman has, you don't have it. And Roman, when he said, "I don't need the contract. I don't need a partner. I don't need, especially Cody Rhodes." You should have not came out because you were not. We didn't want you to come out because we're like, oh, it's gonna look like Roman doesn't have a partner. Then Jimmy Uso comes out and helps Roman. But now you decide to insert yourself, and now you gotta squash your beef, and now you had to go back to where Roman played football and have a conversation, and still you didn't even squash your beef. You just said, "Oh, we're gonna put it on pause for now because we want to go against the bloodline." And Roman told your dumbass, Cody, and you decided to try to size Roman up. Roman was trying to be telling you the truth. He said, "You, why did you sign this? Why did you sign yourself up for this? This is not about you. This never was about you. This is about the bloodline and him against the new fake bloodline. And you are going up against people who have nothing to lose. And you are the face. You're supposed to be the face, but when Roman came back, he took back being the face of WWE. He took that shit back without even having a title. He doesn't need a title to be the face. You have the title. You're supposed to be the face, but Roman Reigns is the face. And he's the company, right? So when he said this is his WWE, those are his fans, he meant that shit, and that was the truth. You coming saying it was, we nobody cared about you. That's why you got booed by the fans, and you're supposed to be loved by the fans. There's a difference. We didn't want you there, right? When Roman said, "I got your back," and you're like, "What gives you the right to think?" And he said, "Until and when I got your back, then after we finish this, I'm coming back for what's mine." Then you say, "Why? Who told you had the right?" Let me tell you, Roman Reigns didn't ask for it. He has the right because he was a champion and he lost the belt. And since he was a champion, he has a rematch clause on that thing. So he has the right to ask for his rematch clause. I'm just saying. I'm saying. So he has a right to want his rematch, right? And when Roman said you were in his way, and you move that and say you're in his way in life, Cody, I'll be honest with you, you are in his way in life, bro. You are in his way. Why? Because you should have seen my reaction when Cody freaking blind bleach ass came out when Roman was speaking. I booed him. I'm like, why are you coming out? You say you're down with the bloodline. This doesn't involve you. It's a family matter. You are not in the bloodline. Well, you were part of the bloodline story for like 3 years. Then you're like, oh, when Roman said, I have nothing to lose. And you're like, you think you want me to feel sympathy? I told you this 2 years ago. Even though you told him, we didn't ask you to bring it up. We didn't ask you to say it. First of all, we didn't even want you to be in the match. We knew it was in Atlanta, but we didn't even want you to be in the match. We wanted you to find somebody else to fight. But and that's me being going on a Cody Road rant because I don't know what the fuck is he doing with the belt. I think you should lose the belt, but I know he's gonna keep it until WrestleMania, and that's a bad decision.
Wasn't he just fighting somebody for that job?
He fought Kevin Owens, but nobody everyone knew that he was gonna win it back because he needs the belt for it to keep the belt until WrestleMania, where probably he's gonna fight it with The Rock or Roman Reigns, one of the two, maybe Roman Reigns, or maybe the or somebody else, or Roman Reigns and The Rock gonna fight, then he's gonna fight somebody else for the belt. But it's really ridiculous that he's gonna keep it for a year and in making him look like he's a good champion. But the problem is they're trying to recreate what Roman Reigns did, and it's not working with Cody.
Hmm.
It's not working with Cody. Like, you know why it's not working with Cody? And I think they figured it out that not everyone. If you're a champion, you don't have to keep the title for that long because it makes it much fun. Because they did that. Roman Reigns kept it for 3 years. Then the tag team champions with the Usos when they were with Roman, they kept it for over 2 years, right? Then the Intercontinental champion, he kept it for over 2 years. So everyone had this long reigns of the title for over 2 years, and they're winning every title match, every title match. It got to a point that it got annoying.
Right.
And like for example, right now they were doing. Shout out to Triple H. He pulled the trigger because Triple H 2 weeks ago, bro. 2 weeks ago, Triple H, you did one thing, and I loved you about what you did on that 2 weeks ago because you made me cry. I was never, I watch wrestling. Sometimes I boo sometimes just because the crowd is booing. It's not that I'm actually emotionally involved in what's happening with. Right. I'm like booing, then I'm like, I'm booing with y'all. Like when Cody came out, it was not me booing, like I was booing him, like I was like, why? Like my emotion was like, bro, why are you here? Earlier and then it was more of like me getting pissed off of like his storyline is not making sense. Right. Because when they first introduced saying that the fake Blana wants to do a tag team match for him versus him and Roman Reigns versus the fake bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. He went to the manager. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with like for me. I'm sticking to my way. I'm done with the bloodline. Then an hour later, he comes in and he wants to be back in the storyline. It made no sense.
Well, the whole point of Cody needed something to do after he won the championship. It was
Yeah,
he completed
but
the
so
tour,
yeah,
but
so
he still needs something to do. So that's why it's
yeah,
gonna seem like he's lingering, but they're gonna get him up out of there. It's gonna be smooth how they get him up out of there. Just
yeah,
wait on
because he kept on he's like he came back and I'm like, bro, why? You said the bloodlines you let in his own words, he's like, that's Roman Reigns gotta deal with it. Roman Reigns gotta deal with that. And I'm like, yes. Then an hour later you just came up and literally inserted yourself back into the storyline where want you in the story. When you said that Roman Reigns got to deal with the Bloodline storyline, every fan was like, "Yes, you are finally out of this storyline. For finally, for the first time ever, you're out of the storyline of the Bloodline. We want you to do something else, right? You got other people who you can feud with, who are actually potential good feuds with you. Then you decided to insert yourself back into this Bloodline storyline for like a month and extra month or so. I understand. Technically speaking, you are still part of this Bloodline storyline until WrestleMania or after WrestleMania next year. But right now, we wanted you to just take a break because the person that you have a feud with right now in the Bloodline, or the person who's supposed to keep you in the storyline, is not even on WWE. He's not on screen. The Rock is not there. So you're supposed to do something else. Do something else. Please. That's why people were mad. And the reason why I say shout out to that, I was not emotionally involved, is because I was like, hey man, why did he bring himself back into it after he just said I'm out of it? But when the Jay Uso and Braun Breaker match 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw happened, ooh boy, Triple H, you pulled my heartstrings on that one. You did. Because in the beginning of the match, I was watching like a regular match. But near the end, I got emotionally involved. I was like, man, even though I had a feeling that Jey Uso was gonna win, but everyone, let me give you a picture. Jey Uso has supposed to be the baby face, the top name on Raw for literally the whole year. He was the first pick for Raw. So that means when they did the draft, Raw and SmackDown, he became the first person that Raw picked up. That means he's supposed to be the face of Raw, right? And every time he was in a title match, he lost every title match that he was in.
Mm.
And his name or his gimmick is main event Jey Uso. And every time he was in the main event,
He
he
lost.
lost a title match. It became to a point of where like we believe he could not win a title. Even though his storylines are getting good, and I'm like, oh, when him and Braun Breaker looked at each other and they went on. I was like, one thing the Usos learned very well that they learned, like you can see that wrestling is in their blood. When they get on the mic and they're talking, not wrestling, but talking with their opponents, like you talking shit to your opponent. I was like, bro, Braun Breaker broke him down. He broke him down, but he hit Braun Breaker where it hurts because he brought back his person. Braun Breaker's like, oh, you don't you. I did it myself. You don't. I don't need my family for help because Braun Breakers come from a family, a royal wrestling family too. And Jey Uso grabbed the mic and looked Braun Breaker in the eye and took off his glasses and said, "I see it. I see it in you, Braun. You got the dog in you." Because Braun Breaker calls himself the dog, a dog, and his whole thing is like, the dog's barking in whatever city he did, and people bark like dogs, like woof 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 woof, like dogs. So he's like, and Jey Uso is a yeet. His chant is yeet. So the people were back, it was a dog, the Bucks versus yeet, and Jey Uso looked at him. It was like, how when two people who are, well, Brian is I don't think grew up in a neighborhood with black people. I'll be honest. He has swag of a black person, but he does what whenever he's on the mic, he doesn't sound like a person who grew up with black people. He looked like a
Mm.
reg. But Jey Uso is Samoan, but he looks like he grew up in black people. And to be honest, he did because his dad said when his dad was in wrestling, Rakishi, made when they were in California. They grew up in the hood, so he has that slang. Whenever he speaks, you kind of see like, oh, he has influence from the black people, right? So when he speaks, is more authentic. Like, some wrestlers want to sound like sound black and it doesn't sound genuine. Like, they will sound black, say black slang, and it doesn't sound right, even though their gimmick is supposed to be they grew up with black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound. But when he says it, one, he wears grills, is more, that's his image. He wears a grill when he wrestles. I don't know why he does it, but it's something that he did for years, that he wears a grill. So when he looks and he's like, literally, he grabbed the mic and he looked at him and he took off his glasses and said, I see it. I see it in you, Braun. You got that dog in you, Braun. He's like, I promise I won't take you lightly. He's like, next week, me and you, we throw hands. I'm like, oh yeah, the black side of his influence, the black people are his influence is coming out now. He's like, we throw hands. Next week, I'm a dog walk your ass. He's like, it might be short and he's like, you're right, might be short and sweet, just like your NFL career. I'm like, oh, that's where we going, Jay. You bring up Braun Breaker's NFL career. That's something that's he's sensitive about because he got injured before his NFL career was actually up and running. That's why he went to wrestling. I'm like, oh, so we touching personal, right? Hey, and let's be honest, Jay Uso. Jay Uso right now is on a his storyline is huge. No, you can't deny he has a even though everyone knows, every fan who's watching following WWE knows that his story gotta end up going back with the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
But the way the journey for him going back there is beautiful. It's not like they are forcing it, like, oh, you can even though you can see the writing on the wall, it's not that it's clear that is that's how it's gonna go. Like earlier, before when he was losing, be like, oh, he they're making him lose because they want him go to they're gonna force him kind of join the bloodline storyline, right? But now I'm like, I'm like, oh, Triple H. So I'm like, so you're gonna make it difficult. I'm like, we know he's gonna eventually join Roman Reigns and help him fight his cousin because he already said his little brother needs his ass whooped. But now when you watch it, like, it's gonna be difficult for Roman Reigns to convince Jey Uso to come and join the bloodline because the reason why he first left the bloodline, he was tired of the mountain. He wanted to be under no manipulations from Roman Reigns, and he wanted to do things by himself. He's now a champion. That proves that he did it by himself. He didn't need help from his from anybody. He did it by himself. Nobody helped him in that match. He actually won the title by himself, right? Then what happens now when Roman comes is not that Jey Uso is gonna be without protection. Like, people are gonna be in Jey Uso's ear to tell him, "Don't go back." And the two people who's gonna be like, how have you ever watched a thing where did you go? You got kicked out?
Technical difficulties. Technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
Like, have you ever watched like a movie? Let's say somebody left like a toxic situation or a toxic family, right? And they create a new family, and when the toxic family is asking for their forgiveness, the new family kind of protects that person from going back. It's like they'll try to protect you, like, yo, don't go back. Remember what the bad things that they did to you. Remember that. I think Jay Uso storyline of him being trying to get with Rhea Ripley and helping Rhea Ripley with the Judgment Day and Damian Priest. Because let's be honest, we know in real life Rhea Ripley is married, Jay Uso is married, but them having like a on-screen relationship in like kind of flirting with each other, having a crush on each other on screen makes it harder for the. It makes it one. It benefits both sides because now let's say because the Judgment Day have numbers over Damian Priest and Rhea. It's only two against one, and Jay Uso knows the feeling of being from a bad guy to a good guy and not having friends. So that's why they made him join, kind of be the only one in the locker room who's kind of supporting Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, right? So when now is eventually is now looking like I'll be honest with y'all. Rhea Ripley is keeping this fake relationship alive. And godly, she's doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing that good job because bro, she posted right when his title match, when he was title match, they didn't show them on screen together. They like the weeks leading up to his title match, they kind of showed him and Rhea together, him and Rhea kind of communicating, him like kind of finally communicating with Rhea Ripley after over a year of them flirting with each other. They finally started having communications, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
the time of he didn't communicate. They didn't show them communicate. Guess what she did when he was coming out? She came from the backstage where because Jey Uso is different. He's not like any other wrestler. Every other wrestler comes out through the ramp, and he comes out through the crowd. He uses the crowd. He's around the crowd. He tells the crowd is kind of hiding him. Then the like open up, and when he's walking past, and he tells the person in like backstage to hear him music. Then he comes out through the crowd. She was in where the person backstage, the production. She was back there, and when she ran and she was doing the yeet with the fans. I'm like, then yesterday she showed herself wearing his shirt, his pink shirt, his pink match for breast cancer. He's saying his shirts are now pink because for breast cancer this month. So she was wearing the pink shirt, working out. She when she does her Instagram live working out, she's talking about him and singing to him. And I'm like, she's doing a lot, and he's kind of also not helping because he's keeping it alive too. So it makes it much fun because I'm like, okay, the storyline looks actually crazy, great. Then when he won the title, I'm like, I was like, oh, so he's gonna. He's like, we know that. Let's say Roman Reigns and Cody loses on this Saturday on Black Black. Cody's gonna lose. They're gonna be beat by the numbers game,
Mm.
and Roman doesn't have no friends. Randy Orton is not helping. They might help Cody, but they're not helping Roman. Randy Orton and KO are gonna help Cody because they are friends with Cody, but they're definitely not gonna help Roman. So Roman is gonna say, "Hey, I need. They got the numbers, and I can't do it by myself now. I need my family." So he's gonna try and go back and get the original bloodline, right? The first person he's gonna go and get is Jimmy Uso, right? Jimmy, easiest person to get. He's right now has been off screen since after the SmackDown after WrestleMania. So he's been off for months now, over like 5 months. So he's the easiest person to get back, to get on his side. Then when you easy person to apologize to. Now to Jay Uso, that's the hardest. You gotta apologize to Jay and Sami Zayn, but it looks like Sami Zayn they're not going to go make him go join the Bloodline storyline. It doesn't look like that. But Jay Uso, it looks like he might need to apologize to Jay. But now the difficult part is that Jay has other people protecting him from Roman, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, yo, Damian Priest is gonna be like, nah, don't go." And I think Jay is gonna be like, okay. He's like, what if we go together, me and Damian? He's like, Damian, since you're worried about me going back and helping Roman, what if you come with me, right? As the person that I now trust now, you just come with me. And that's how he's gonna come, And Roman gotta accept it because Roman can't say, no, I just want you. This is a family thing. And Jay's gonna be like, no, I'm a champion. You're not. I'm bringing you. First of all, I don't trust you right now. Even though we family, I really don't trust you. I trust Damien to have my back. I really don't trust none of you, both of you. Even though his other person is his twin brother. They stepped his back. They stepped him back. His own brother stepped him in the back when he was about to win the WWE Championship. So technically, he trusts Damian Priest because him and Damian Priest have gone through. He has helped Damian Priest now the last few weeks, and he's been helping Damian Priest, kind of proving that he's trustworthy to Jay. So I think then Rhea Ripley is gonna do the same thing. Like, no, don't go. So it's kind of gonna be hard for them to. It's gonna be actually an interesting storyline because they gotta tell this story of Jay Uso joining the Bloodline literally the next 3 weeks, because then they're gonna do the war games, and Roman needs 5 people to be on his side, and the 5 people on supposed to be on his side are gonna be he needs the Jey Uso in them, Jey Uso, and they gotta start. This story is about to start getting told. I want to say not this week, but next week. By next week, they're gonna start telling the story of Roman trying to get Jey Uso to come back. And for any fans, they'll be like, how is Roman gonna go to Raw? People don't know this. Roman was never drafted to Raw, to any brand. Roman and Jimmy were never drafted to any brand because Paul Heyman put Roman's name out of the draft selection. And Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso was injured. So both of them are not drafted. They were never drafted. They are free agent. They're like Randy Orton. When Randy came back and signed with SmackDown because that's where you know the Bloodline was. His story was with the Bloodline, but he a few weeks he was at Raw because he can be both in both sides because he really wasn't drafted to strictly SmackDown. He just signed a contract. Roman Reigns didn't sign a contract. He just showed up at SmackDown because that's his brand. That's the brand that he built. But he's not signed to no brand. He's gonna show up at Raw and he's gonna go to Jay. Jay is gonna say no. He's gonna try again. Jay is gonna say no. And Damian Priest is gonna be on Jay in Jay's ear to tell him don't go back. Then Roman's gonna say, hey man, I need you. We need to go against Solo. We need to get back control because their bloodline is not what we stood for. Like everyone said, they have more weird morals. They don't, right? So it's gonna be an interesting storyline, but it's about to get interesting. This October and November is about to be interesting because they gotta tell the story that, then they gotta tell the story of the Rock coming back for Cody. So this storyline looks like it's going deeper and deeper. and way deeper. This yo, yeah, I don't know this, but this Bloodline storyline has been going on for over 4 years now, and it's gonna go. It's gonna be going more, not over 4 years. Well, it's about to be 4 years, or it is 4 years. It's now going over 4 years now. So they gotta start telling this. They're about to. I don't think they're stopping now. Like Triple H said after WrestleMania, the storyline is just he. It was a chapter. They're now in a new chapter, and then now we met Jacob Fatu. We just got introduced to WWE, and I think Umaga's son is coming to WWE because there's some things he had stopped showing up to his independent wrestling thing. Oh, he signed with Booker T, so he looks like he's coming to WWE eventually. It's gonna be interesting. I gonna lie, it's gonna be interesting.
Prepare
That
for the bloodline.
it's about to be. I think they're about to tell this year. Then John Cena looks like he's coming back early next year for his last year. So godly, it's about to be interesting. But hey, man, yo, I want to say shout out to everybody. That's it for this episode, man.
We
It's about to
covered
be
a
lit.
lot, bro.
Yeah, it's about to be
There's
11
still
o'clock.
more we could have went to.
Yeah, it's about to be 11 o'clock, bro. I work tomorrow in the morning. You got work tomorrow?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's 4 to 11.
yeah, I got to work tomorrow, so I have to be there like 6:50 in the morning. So yeah, but I'll talk to you, man. Everyone, subscribe if you're new, drop a like, and y'all gotta go watch my YouTube video, my reaction video. I just finally released the MP Cypher reaction video. Kevin Hart is stupid. That nigga's crazy. That nigga's crazy on that. Cypher was crazy. But yeah, go watch that. Meek Mill just released like 3 songs. So we got
His last couple songs was.
but his the one that did you listen to Cybertruck yet?
That's the one that sounded trash.
Which one? Cybertruck?
Yeah.
I I I like that one. It sounded like the old Meek though.
Mm, I'm cool.
Then J. Cole and T Grizzly released Blow for Blow. Look, J. Cole looked that was it. Hey man.
Now y'all
But
want to be like, yo, Cole's back. Like, Cole never left, bro. He did one verse
well,
where he wanted to have fun, and y'all just overreacted.
but no, it was 2 verses though. There were 2 verses that were not Cole standards.
Come on, he did Grippy and what else?
It was a grippy, and there's another song that he did that it wasn't not as the verse was not as to Cole standards. Him and Daylight just released a song, so
Mm,
yeah. It's Daylight song. J Cole is a feature on the song. I thought it was J Cole's song, but it's Daylight song. It's on Daylight's YouTube channel.
that nigga J. Cole was doing a lot of rapping, bro.
Yeah.
To consistently do that much rapping over the last like 3 years is kind of crazy.
Then DDG and G Herbo just released Nosy, the song that he leaked like earlier this year in February. Like,
Mm,
he finally released it with a music video. Yeah. There's a lot of people releasing music. Uh Lil Durk is releasing an album. I think Lil Baby is working on the album. People are working on shit. I think there's one song that people him to release already because Desi Banks licked. Well, he didn't lick it. He recorded him rapping to it, and Desi Banks was doing ad libs to it,
mm.
and it was actually Desi Banks' ad libs was actually fire. He's like, what was it? Uh, hold on, let me find. I think I watched it yesterday. It was actually funny because I was like, that was crazy. He's like, on God.
Why is Travis Hunter your Heisman?
Hold on. Let me find Daisy Banks. Daisy Banks. Uh, Lou Baby. I don't know what's the song, but the song was fired. I've been had her. Check my MySpace back then, I've been turned up. No cap. These niggas crazy stuff can't get burnt up. I swear to God. If I want her on God, she get snatched up. That's it. It's because the song is like, I've been had her. I don't know what the lyric, but Ludek was kind of no. Ludek was rapping the lyrics like word for word. That like
Mm-hmm.
he's like so. Desi Bing was holding his phone, recording it. Like he was outside the car, and Ludek was in the car, like in the backseat of the car, like listening to the song. So I'll be head here. How about man ding ding? And Desi Bing was like, yeah, no cat. And he kept rapping, and Desi Bing was like, oh, you're spazzing on God. Then he looked at the camera. He's like, "That's him." At the end of the clip, and people was like, "Yo, Desmond Baker, how did you? Your ellipses were on perfect with whenever he took it like a slight pause to breathe." He's like, because when he's like, "I been here," there," he's like, "No cat." Oh, don't do here now. On he's like, on God. And dun. He's like, at the end when he finished when the video was about to end, he's like, "Yeah, that's him."
That's it.
Hold on, let me show you I don't know if it's gonna focus. He's like, I swear to God. Yeah, that's him. Man, if you subscribe, if you're new, drop a like, and man, we are out. I'm about to go to sleep. Oh, I probably finished watching the episode I was watching, All American, and go to sleep. I'm just rewatching all seasons. Just I got I'm still listening to the audiobook. That audiobook is now getting pissed me off now. I want to talk about that later. That shit is now pissing me off. That's pissing me off. He's not getting to the point.
Well, we got our first topic for the next pod.
Yeah, that shit is pissing me off because he's not getting to where he's supposed to be. He's doing everything else but the mission that he's supposed to be doing. We're gonna talk about that. We'll probably record the next pod. I don't know when. When you free?
Um, Usually it's like Tuesday through Thursday. So probably
Uh,
next week, any of those
yeah.
days.
What? What? Man, wait. Are you working for well, I was gonna say Saturday, but I'm doing something, and I'm about to be watching WWE on
I
stream.
work all weekend. I do doubles Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday I work at night.
Uh,
So
all right, yeah. I'll talk to you later, man.
I
Peace.
at least